Welcome to Simon NoChaNoMa, Simon's living room. I am here in my real living room. I hope you can hear me, and I shall switch on the jazz. If you can you hear the jazz? Yeah, thanks, JLog. Yes, I didn't reply to that. Sorry, but yes, I've got my StreamYard going here, free version, so it's fairly limited. I can do this, that, and the other, and I've got another app that sort of does things that sort of pops into it and all that sort of business. So yes, anyway, why are we here? I don't know. Why are we here? Good question. It's so that I can eat. It's my lunch is nearly ready in the kitchen over there. Last week, someone, I don't know who it was, suggested that perhaps I should do a Tabi Eats style Simon Eats, and I thought, okay, I can combine that with actually having my lunch on the show, and show you some Belgian specialities. And later on, I shall show you pictures of all the Belgian specialities that I decided not to have because they were too complicated to. Well, no, they're not particularly complicated. Belgian food is not. It's not haute cuisine, shall I say? So it would have been relatively simple to do it, but I'm lazy, and I went for the easiest options, as you may have seen in the advert. So what should we? Probably the best thing to do would be for me to take these headphones off and take you to the kitchen with me, because I've got my. I'm here in two places at once. Wait, bear with me. There we are. Right.
Get rid of mute and increase volume. Oh, I'm repeating myself. So here we go. Off to my kitchen. I've got meatballs in the oven. I think they're pretty much. You got 1 minute 50. 1 minute 50. Look, there we are. Ooh, meatballs. Just like in the advert. Perfect transition. Bits of them on, yes. Yes, yes. Hang on. Oh. No, I've got to go back to the living room a minute. I forgot my little what's it that fits on the bottom of here, that fixes it onto the tripod. Where did I put it? Oh, there. All right. Excuse me. Right. Professional Tabi Eats style chef cooking knot. Tag and type. Right. I'll just screw this on here so that I'll be ready. Excuse me. Walking. Come on, get in. Okay. That's it, I think. Yeah, okay. Right, so what have we got? We've got, well, typical Belgian meatballs in cherry sauce. Not everyone would think of putting cherry sauce over meatballs. Meatballs are just fairly standard. Didn't make them myself, but you can make them yourself. You just mince some pork, mince some onion, add some salt and pepper and herbs to your taste. Chuck in some beaten egg and some breadcrumbs, and then get your hands all messy and roll them into balls. And then you pop them either in a deep fryer or, in my case, in a microwave combi oven. Am I coming through loud and clear on this? This is a good question. I don't know whether whether you're just seeing my mouth moving and nothing happening. Oh, there's a beeping noise. That means it's ready. Can you hear me? Somebody say yes, I can hear you. Is that a wood stove? No. It's a rather baroque 1950s gas heater and rather lump fires around. Sorry. You can hear me. Jolly good. Right. Well, that means that I've got to go in there and get my plate now. No, I'll tell you what. I'll leave those in there. They're not going far. What we'll do, I'll put you on here, and I shall do a minimum bit of cooking for you. So I said cherry sauce, meatballs in cherry sauce. It's sort of sweet sauce with sort of tart cherries Let's have a look. I go down, 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 down. There we go. So, here we go. You can see. Good, wrong way. Yeah, some cherries in there. Now, what I'm going to do, this is very technical, this. I'm just going to tip them in there. I'm not sure whether I'm supposed to eat all of them, whether it's just for more than one person, but who cares? And then, yeah, it's very old fashioned. This is a 50-year-old kitchen, a bit like the host. Okay, and then like it. Put that to one side. Not like ice munchies, is it? Okay. Go up, up, click. Okay. Hi, Jen. Hello. Englandese. Always a wine bottle. Yes, there's always a wine bottle. But I'm having beer this time, Dennis. So, okay. Right. So frying pan. So then, while those are warming up, I'm going to simmer my chicory. Because chicory is in Dutch is witloof. And for those who don't know what chicory is, it's a baby cabbage that's been buried and not allowed to develop, basically. And you get this sort of white, really white thing, leafy thing. And people say it's delicious, but it's bitter and horrible, which is why they put it in loads of butter and simmer it. So I'm going to get that now and put it in here before this explodes. No, butter. Turn that down. Okay, go over here. Down again. Now I get my butter. Just do a mob of butter in there. There we go. It's not your usual show, this, is it? Really? Is the jazz still going? That's what I'd like to know. I mean, I'm here in the kitchen. I can't hear the jazz because I don't need my headphones. This is supposed to be all very relaxing and make you hungry. I'll put a spoon. Give my cherries a stir. Stir my cherries. Right, I'm just going to go follow. Yeah, let's get the chicory, which has already been pre-cooked. Because I'm lazy like that. There we go. I'm not quite sure whether that looks appetizing or not, but well, we'll find out. You haven't heard any music, then the volume of my music is very low, then obviously. So I'll put that in there. Better put this on. This is going to make a bit of a noise. Okay, and now I'm going to go and get my plate. Use a mess. Okay, I need this. Put the stuff on, of course. Okay. And as dessert, we'll be having some very stinky cheese and a matataartje. I don't know whether Peppo knows what a matataartje is, but it's a sort of Belgian special cake thing from East Flanders. So yes, basically, you can see that. Gently fry those up. Make sure that my cherries aren't boiling. You don't want boiled cherries with your meatballs. Just nicely warmed. Yeah, take that off. No, I've put the wrong one up. Swap pans now. Okay. There you go. Technical, very technical. Wobbling that all over the place. Well, while that's doing that, I'm just going to go and get. So Belgians are renowned for frieten, chips, French fries, which are actually Belgian fries. It's debated where they were invented, but it's possibly Belgium. So I'm going to get my meatballs out of the oven. Oh, those meatballs look quite good, actually. They are. My French fries are a bit overdone. There we are. Look at that. Cornstarch, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's possibly a good idea. I've got some somewhere. Hang on. Right. Hang on. Your chicken is burning. Maybe around back here. Okay. Ooh. The chicken is nearly done. Cherries is sort of there. Meatballs going on. 1, 2, 3 meatballs. That goes in the wash. That goes in the washing. Washing up. Okay, so French fries, yes. First, supposed to be you're supposed to cut the French fries very finely, potatoes, and double dip them in the double fry them. I just use oven chips. I don't have a deep fryer. There's a constant smell of like chip fat in Belgium. It's pretty popular. So I've got that cornstarch. Hang on. You watch my chicory. Make it sure it doesn't burn. I better turn it off. I've got cornstarch. Uh, no, not there. Hang on. Yeah, maybe up here. Baking powder? No. I could just wrap up a bit of flour and water, couldn't I? Yeah. I'm just reading comments there. I'm distracted. A bit of water. Very low heat. I'll turn the heat off now. I might need to thicken the cherry sauce a bit. Right. Flour. Tokyo Drew is much more organised in his kitchen, but then he's a cook. I'm just a YouTuber and a forklift truck driver. Okay. I don't know whether this will work. I hope this works. It's not gone very thick. It's just gone cloudy. It's now sort of cherry soup. Okay, well, I think we're nearly ready. I'll put the flour and then I'll take you through and you can watch me eat. I think some people have left because they saw that chicory and thought, oh God, that's disgusting. Ah, right. Chicory on the, oh, there we go. One piece of chicory, 2 pieces of chicory. And cherry sauce, it's very, very sloppy. I think I'll just spoon it out. Tongs, a bit of the cherry sauce. Okay, so I don't think I was meant to put the entire jar in there, but never mind. Turn that off. There it is. Take you with me. You can watch me eat. Everybody's gone quiet. They're all hungry and gone off to get something to eat, or these things have all gone. If you're there, let yourselves be known. To boil, yes. Yes, I'm afraid. Yes, probably. So I've now got soggy chips, curry flavoured chips. So this is not the way to do it, really. When you go to a Belgian restaurant, it's much, much, much better than this. There we are. Oh, this won't take long because I'm hungry. Questionable. Yeah, I'm just going to try it. Let's have a look. It's, mm, yes, very questionable. It needs mayonnaise. Hang on. Okay, nice bit of mayonnaise, big dollop of mayonnaise on my fries. That's what you're supposed to do with mayonnaise. It's not for salads. It's for fries. Mm. Mm. Ah, and now the meatballs. The meatball with a cherry. Mm. Mm. It's not bad. I can recommend that. So later we'll be looking at, as I said, other varieties of Belgian food. And as I also said, not haute cuisine. Good home cooking is a polite term for it. Yeah, I don't think you could have the equivalent of a kaiseki meal in Belgium, which is why I said on Facebook when I posted the link that all people in Japan and the US can all now rush out to their Belgian specialty supermarket to get the stuff they need. Wait, you mean there isn't one? Yeah, I wonder why. Yeah, mayo and fries, and samurai sauce and fries. Oh, chicory, the wheat loaf. Now, wheat loaf is generally just, it's like, it's a bit like Brussels sprouts. You either love them or hate them. Well, it's soft. It's very sort of vegetable-y. It has a sort of, it's supposed to be caramelized, but it tastes slightly burnt. And it tastes sort of like, if you imagine if the taste is like a washed out Brussels sprout. Mm. Well, you saw it in the corner. If you're still here, Ingledees, I'm not on the wine now, I'm on the beer. Mm. This is triple. You have blonde, double is usually a brown beer, and triple, which is also a blonde coloured beer, but is re-fermented in the bottle, and it's usually about 8 to 10%. I think this one is what's this one? This is 8%. So if I start to slur my words and the live stream goes to pot, that's why. Someday. Oh, that's not bad. I've not had that one before. It's brewed in Antwerp. I've had Belgian beers on the show before, usually sort of from the south of Belgium. My favourites are like the Abbey beers. The cherries are nice. Hey, Christian. Yes, it's all just grabbed in the soup from the supermarket and bunged in the oven or on the cooker. Here is one I made earlier. I keep meaning to tell Eyes Munchies that she should have something already prepared. That would speed up the process enormously. Are you Jen and Adalabate? Are you still there? Do you feel the urge to eat Belgian food now that you've seen this? Yes, the chicory really needs the cherry sauce and probably the entire jar of mayo as well. I'm doing this for your benefit. Some people like this. I should not be doing a dance like Ice Munchies, don't worry. Oh, and yes, there'll be an intermediate, because I'll be showing you some other Belgian special, the stinky cheese and the stinky fish. And I was looking for a typical Belgian waffle, but I couldn't find any sort of pre-cooked ones. Only sort of really sort of the not the top type you get in restaurants. So I should hold my finger out like that. It's very purple. When you make this dish, it will turn out purple. What do I normally eat? Normally I eat meat and two veg, um, or meat and rice, um, and some vegetables. Usually with vegetables, yeah. Nothing fancy. It's usually sort of like Mediterranean vegetables and rice and a bit of chicken or turkey. I eat out. I didn't until recently. I never ate out as a rule. But obviously now you know I go to Skippy's and I go to Skippy's every cafe every Friday. The other Friday I didn't. I went to that posh restaurant, which was slightly more expensive, uh, but had a nice cottage pie yesterday evening at Skippy's that Eddie had made, and a nice beetroot and walnut and feta cheese salad that Emily made. Mm. Yeah, my job is fairly physical, so I'm a 3 meal a day man. Excuse me. I'm just having my lunch and you're watching me eat. Generally, I don't have dessert. I have like the vanilla yogurt, maybe sometimes. But I do enjoy a cake and a pudding, but generally never have them. And never snack in between. Mm. Blacksmiths making cannons. No, I'm a part-time warehouse man. I delivered a load of tiles yesterday. The disconnect between YouTube and reality. My last cherry. Normally I don't talk and eat. It's very, very rude. I should probably go and sit down at the main camera with my stinky cheese and my stinky fish and do it there. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give that a 6. The meatballs are surprisingly good. Cherries, I didn't follow Night Rider Gal's advice and boiled them long enough with the flour. So the sauce could have been thicker. The fries, they brought it down a bit. That's just basically McCain oven chips. This show was not sponsored. So not traditional Belgian fries by any sense, but yeah, I don't want to stink my kitchen out with deep fat fryer oil smell. Stilton stinky? No, even stinkier than Stilton. Belgian cheese from the Ardennes. It's kept in a wrapper and it's moist and it's. Even my son pulled a face when he opened the fridge. Hopefully it'll taste better than it smells. Oh, that's rather nice. I'm glad I bought that one. Right. It's handy having one of these things where you can just put it like that and then go and put stuff back in the kitchen. Right. So, round 1 of Tabi Eats has been completed. Has it been inspirational? Have you felt the urge to go out and buy a load of cherries and chicory? You woke up to watch me eat, yeah. That's YouTube for you. The life of vicarious. Okay, that needs washing up. I'll munch those cherries later. Goes in there. Excuse for the noise. Oh, I need that noise. Okay. What I should do now is I shall decant my sticky fish to take with me to the living room. Also in a jar. I'll put you here. Oh, but get rid of some of the liquid. Well, I'll just use a fork. I won't be having all this. It's a bit too much. But there we go. Stinky fish. Roll them up herrings in vinegar with onion. I think 3 should be enough. My breath will smell for the rest of the day. Okay. And put it in a box because I have to seal it in a box because it's that bad. Oh, I need a plate. No, I've got a special cheese dish. Here we go. Okay. So you can't smell this, but if the screen goes yellow, it's called fromage de Hervé van Valdieu, seasoned with beer, and it stinks to high heaven. Ah. I think I need a fork as well. I'm about to plate, another plate. Ah, okay. I'll just put you here. Okay. And then I'll put all this stuff on here and take it over. Yes, I need a fork for the fish. Right. Bear with me. Here's the fish. Roll more herrings. I had some of these in Holland once and got diarrhea and vomited from them. Just to, let you know. Okay. Old cheddar is as stinky as you go. Oh, well, you've not. If you come to Belgium, it gets worse. I don't know why they like that. Perhaps they think that it's a sign of strength, being able to endure it or something. Huh. Where I get cheese on my keyboard. On the beer. Okay. No, you've seen all the reality. Now, reality TV, this is what it looks like in reality.
If I remove that from the screen. And there we go. Ooh, look at that. I'm in full HD. Oh, no, I need to silence that. No. Okay, and mute that. Oh, my gimbal just fell in my fish. Oh, it doesn't like that. Oh, yeah, that's better. Oh dear. Okay, I need a beer after that. Hey, alas! Hey, oh my stinky fish. I can eat it now without getting sick. Yes, it was a dodgy herring from a stall in Amsterdam, and didn't realise until sort of 2 hours later that I'd got food poisoning. But this is pickled. So now I'll put my headphones on. I don't know if I can hear. I want to be able to see if I can hear the music. Oh, that's why. Now you should be able to hear the music. The crisp, soft radio voice is back, and it will change from a crisp, soft radio voice as it munches roll mop herring. Ooh. Oh, that's good. Yes, you were supposed to hear this music all along, but I forgot to add it to the stream. Still, it's there now. It's to help you relax while I eat. So yes, obviously herrings, popular in Belgium, coastal regions. Pickled in vinegar. Rather nice. And they're called roll mops because they're rolled up, generally. And these are sort of destroyed herrings. I need to sort of rinse that with a bit of this nice beer. I'll follow on with the cheese, and then after that I shall show you what you could have had in terms of Belgian delicacies. Just finish the fish. Hang on. Got little sticks in it to hold the rolled fish together. You don't want to chew those. Get splinters in your throat. Simon Eats ASMR. I'm not having all those onions. I got myself wrapped up in my headphone wire. So now, here we are. I'll try and get a close-up of it with the camera. It's sort of very liquidy on the surface. Hang on. Can you see it? Very bright. Hang on. I need to go to my other app, JVlog, and go to properties and reduce the. There, you can see it now. It's sort of glossy and it looks like a slab of butter, but it's actually cheese. Yeah, it looks kind of greasy. It's got beer in it, so that's good. Oh, hang on. So I'm going to cut a slice off. Here's one I prepared earlier. This is when I cut it for the advert. It's gooey and it sticks to the knife like anything. I do this in the name of entertainment. So I'm going to put that down there. Try not to get it on the carpet. I should take a corner of it in case it's disgusting and I have to spit it out. Eau de socks. avec pissoir. Well, the Japanese have a word, it's called umami. Not quite sure whether this applies to this or not. A big bite. I have a big mouth. This is basically, it's almost fondue without actually heating it up. It's that kind of creamy. So they milk the cow, shuck it for a bit, and then put it in some beer. Cheesecake. Yeah, you would have to have exclusive customers who liked savoury cheesecake. It's actually not too bad. I mean, it tastes to me very typically like typical Belgian soft cheese. I came here and it was like soft cheese that, soft cheese this, soft cheese that, and the only hard cheese they had was kind of like Dutch Edam. All the rest is kind of mush. Oh, jellied fish, yes. I have a picture later of the parling in het groen, which is eels in a sort of like a slimy green sauce. Hey, Rory, hello. You've missed me eating my dinner. Whoa. If you wanted a Belgian cheese that spoke to you, that's Belgium. That's you know how I can interpret cheese from Belgium. I would recommend that. Hervé. Chaume is another one, and I think some of the abbeys that produce the beers also produce cheeses, and the cheeses are quite nice. Man versus food. Well, I'm going to rinse my mouth, and I shall show you the food that you missed. Oh. You don't like stinky stuff. I'm not a big fan of stinky stuff, but it's more entertaining than bland stuff. Right, what do I need? I need to go here. This is my other app, JVlog, that allows me to do this. Okay, here we have what is generally known in Belgium as parling in het groen, which is eels in a green sauce. Which, I don't know, I mean, does that look appetizing to you? It looks like something they dredged up out the river, to me. I've never actually had it, so I mean, you know, I could be entirely wrong, and it could be delicious. But the fact that you have to, I briefly read how one of the instructions, you know, how to make it, and you have to sort of thoroughly rinse the eels so that there's no eel odor or smell or anything. So, I mean, which is what they do with the unagi anyway, really. I mean, eels were not particularly tasty in Japan until they sort of discovered how to sort of cover them in a delicious sauce and grill them. Green sauce is basically herbs. I mean, it's nothing revolting. It's and parsley and all that kind of stuff. It's like saltwater sauce, sort of soupy kind of, and creamy, and with lots of like herby stuff in it. Scary, unappetizing. Yes, it's kind of, you know, it's sort of close your eyes. So, but it's actually very, very Belgian, unique to Belgium. But if you got that, if you came and was put in front of you, and you came to Belgium, you'd be perhaps disappointed. The next thing is a dish from Ghent in Flanders, in the north of Belgium, but it's typically Belgian. Everybody in Belgium uses it, and it was so delicious, the original recipe, that they decided to substitute the fish that was used in it for chicken, which tells you something. This is Gentse waterzooi. I've not pronounced that very Flemishly, but it's basically a broth sort of thing with vegetables. It's all very like home cooking-y, farmyardy type food. No, like I said, no haute cuisine. The screen share. Well, I've got screen share. That's what I was doing. And that's how the music's playing and how I do my intro. But I use a different app for moving myself about. Where am I? And I've got a duck next to me. Never mind. I'll go over here where there's no duck. So that's Gentse waterzooi. Not quite sure how you make it. Apparently it's very nice. But also not something I've had. But if you go to Belgium and you go to sort of out to restaurants, they may have it on the menu actually. Oh, automatically changed to the standard. The standard, I mean, you can get this anywhere really in Northwest Europe or anywhere in the world. It's basically beef stew with chips, fries, and now you've got the mayonnaise. But they're definitely of the opinion that it's a Belgian speciality. Stoofvlees met frieten. So basically, it's the old bits of beef that are a bit stringy and chewy, and so you cook them overnight in a sauce, and usually the sauce has beer in it, being Belgian, and sort of various berries and stuff, and it's quite nice actually. It tenderizes the beef, and I have it occasionally with my sons with oven chips. Can't be bothered to do the proper chips. And here we have the chicory again. This is another recipe with the chicory. You wrap it in ham or thin bacon, and you smother it in cheese so that you can't taste the chicory. Basically, this is actually one of the first meals I ever had in Belgium. Before I sort of went out with my Belgian girlfriend, and the first time I ever met her, I was with a friend and we were visiting, and he was the one that fancied her, and we went to her house, and this is what she served us, and I remember it was all right. It was quite nice. Right, I just need some more beer. Wet my whistle. So what's next? Oh, stump. Again, not haute cuisine. It's basically mashed potatoes with any other vegetable you can think of, or bits of sausage in it, an onion. It's okay. Very filling and homely. But apparently it's a Belgian speciality. Italian-American casserole dish. Well, it's basically just mashed potato with carrots and stuff, or even sprouts. And what's the next? Next one is actually, this is a Belgian speciality. Oh, you can have it. I don't know why it's Belgian particularly, but this is rabbit with prunes. Not a big fan of rabbit. It tastes all right. It's just the thought of the animal. Poor little bunny rabbit ends up on your plate. And prunes. I'm not good with prunes. I had an allergic reaction to prunes, so it's not a dish for me. This one. And I think I had rabbit once or twice in my life. The first time was sort of, I think I've told this story before. I came home from school and usually I was the first home, the parents still at work, and went to the garage to get the key for the back door and tripped over something, and there was a dead rabbit in the garage. Waited, the parents came home and said, "Dad, there's a dead rabbit in the garage." He said, "Yes, that's your tea." And this is Peppo. Peppo will maybe dispute this. This is like an unofficial Belgian speciality, which is mussels and French fries, but it's also extremely Dutch as well. And most of them, the Belgian mussels, are imported from Holland. Anyway, there's a place up just not far where I went the other week in Hulst. When I did the War and Peace live stream from Hulst. Going up there's always like these like businesses selling mussels, and all the Belgians go there and buy them. You've never had a rabbit meat? I have a rabbit downstairs named Mochi, and he wouldn't eat her ever. No, I mean she's extremely glad. It's just a look of pure love in your eyes that go past, and not hunger. Now this I've had in Belgium before, and I don't know why this is so special. It's basically shrimps in mayonnaise with a bit of like parsley stuffed into a tomato. I mean, how basic can you get? Mussels in tomato garlic sauce. I've never had that. Mussels in. The thing about mussels is they're sort of a bit chewy. I find. Perhaps I was like didn't have the high quality ones. So yes, this is I was like underwhelmed when I first had this. It's all right. Now this is that we're getting onto the desserts here because it's getting near dessert time, and I want to go and get my dessert. But this is what I was hoping to get, which is a Brussels waffle, which is different to a Liège waffle. Now the Brussels waffle are square and floppy, and have these big sort of deep pockets, which are often filled with whipped cream and sort of jam and ice cream and all kinds of stuff. The waffle itself, the waffle itself is just basically sweet, fluffy bread, slightly chewy, and it's the standard. This and pancakes. If you go to a Belgian restaurant and you think, wonder what I can have for dessert, and this is basically all they have. And of course, it wouldn't. You need to wash it all down with Belgian beer, which, I mean, this is only a small fraction of the various kinds. It's a small country, 10 million people, it would fit into a corner of Japan, but it has innumerable beers, only a tiny fraction of which I have tried. And I'm trying to see if the one I've just had there, here at the bottom, you can see Chouffe. CHOUFFE with a little sort of gnome on it. I've had that before. That's good. I've been to the village. I did a live stream actually from the Ardennes and passed through the village where this brewery is for this particular beer. So I'm just going to switch back here, and I'm going to go and get my dessert. Bear with me. Hang on. Oh, I can take you to the kitchen with me. Need another plate.
Yeah. That's better. Now you can hear me. Try all the beers. So, somewhere in here, it's behind the beer, in the fridge. Matatarts. They're sort of an East Flemish. Basically, it's just like a regular looking another plate. All the washing up I have to do after the show. So basically, yes, I mean, it's not spectacular, but I'm hoping that it will taste all right. Oh, and also, just to round off, I mean, I was self-indulgent. You've all seen these. These are sort of Belgian chocolates, the seahorse variety, sort of, or the seashell variety. You can get these in Narita Airport, and Haneda Airport, and in Japan in general, and possibly where you are. But actually, it's on the way to work because the factory that makes them, I pass it every day. Great with cotton. That's a good reminder, Christian. Thank you. Yes. Coffee. Not strictly Belgian, but and my French press. None of this filtered nonsense. It could take a while. I'll wait for that to heat up. Just need my chocolate and my cake for. Should probably heat the pastry up, right? Okay. Thanks, Night Rider's Cole. It's going to get zapped because I haven't got the time to put it in the oven. Never microwaved pastry before. If it blows up, it's your fault. There we are, you're watching a cake go around in an oven. You can get Gideon chocolates on Amazon. God, great. Knockoff brands. Fake Belgian chocolate. I should spray it with water before nuking it. Oh, God. I'm just sprinkling with my fingers. Yeah. I hope you're right. And it just doesn't turn to mush. Smells good. It gets soggy. Yes, I know it gets soggy. I can eat it with a fork then. It's like a Vietnamese treat, only it's stuff with pork, meat, French influence. You know, I must have missed a comment there. It's steaming. It's steaming tart. Oh, Mrs. No, don't. Oh. All right, my water's boiling from my coffee. Exciting, isn't it? You're watching me pour water into cafetiere. There we go. This is the first coffee of the day, and only coffee of the day. I do drink coffee, but just once a day. Like I may move. I shall forego the webcam and make use of my dining table again to eat my cake. You can go there. I'll need a fork and a mug. add some milk, add a spoon. All the things I do. Okay. Yeah, you can see it in action. Soggy bottom. Yes, he's got a soggy bottom. Okay. Apparently, you don't leave it too long when you're doing French press. The longer you leave it, the more bitter the coffee gets. So here we go. It's only been stewing for about a minute. It looks new. I'm afraid it's not new, alas. It's got a tear here, and I bought it second hand. I'm giving away all the trade secrets. It's second hand about 5 years ago. I just don't wear it very much. I need it for my white balance. My camera doesn't like it if I wear anything other than white, and it throws off the white balance. And I watched a YouTube video about how you can improve your webcam's white balance, automatic white balance, if you wear a white shirt. So quite often when I'm on the show, I wear a white shirt, and that's why, really. So, coffee. Soggy? Yes, it is soggy. It's hot and soggy. Very hot. Oh. But it's nice. Matatart. Oh, my chocolates. Not sponsored. Not sponsored at all. What are my plans for Christmas? Well, theoretically, I'm hoping to go to England for Christmas, which I haven't been able to do for the past 2 years. My sons and I are vaccinated. I just have to book the ticket and then book 2-day lateral flow test when I get a phono out that will be posted to my parents' house, and when we arrive, do that test and post the results off, and hope that my sons and I test negative, and then we can enjoy Christmas. But the thing that's stopping me from committing, I would have booked sooner, but the thing that's stopping me from committing is, of course, if any of you test positive, we're stuck. We're stuck there for 10 days. You have to go to quarantine. But theoretically, going to England for Christmas. But I'll have to wait and see. Could just end up staying here. Yes, you were right. It goes well with the coffee. I can't really talk when I've got a mouthful of cake. It's phyllo pastry, sort of like filled with a kind of almondy almond paste filling kind of thing. Yeah, fingers crossed. I shall just open a book, especially for you. I shall have a chocolate. I can find a way to get into it. I can get into it. I think this is the most expensive live stream I've ever done because I bought all this stuff on Friday. I can't get into the chocolates. Oh, there we go. My fingers are all greasy from the tart. Okay. The flight to England is not very long, but I drive. Or my sons will be driving this time. It'll be the first time that my sons have driven. No, not the first time. But the first time that they'll have driven in their own car. Or my son. One son is going in his car. The other son is coming along. But it takes approximately 9 to 10 hours to drive from my house to my parents' house because we live closer to Scotland than anywhere else in England. 1 hour 20 minutes by plane, yes, it would be. It's just a hassle of getting to the airport, checking in. When you're with the car, even though it takes ages, you just get in your car and drive, and it's a fairly straightforward route. Praline. I'm not sure whether that was invented by a Frenchman or a Belgian, but it's yeah, it's sort of like a hazelnut paste mixed with chocolate. Oh, Night Rider's Gal. No, that's not necessary, and I'm not set up for all that. Not on StreamYard, not on YouTube. No, don't worry. Not really my thing. Ooh, that's nice. I might have another of those. This is a 2 chocolate show. Yes, they are. The factory was actually bought out by a Korean company. So it's sort of Belgian, but it's kind of Korean as well. Well, the time has come, ladies and gentlemen. I shall take you back to my living room with my coffee. I could keep skipping away from the chocolates. I could just keep eating those. And he's stood in.
Okay. That's better. That's fine. Thanks, Night Rider's Gal. Yeah, it's okay. But, no. Looking at all this. Yeah. And I shall be my evening meal will consist of sandwiches with cherries and some stinky cheese. I'll leave that other cake for my son when he gets home. My other son is off. My youngest son is off to Brussels today to look at old-time cars, and then tomorrow he's going to some escape room thing where you get locked in a room with a team and you have or into a building and you have to sort of it's like a puzzle sort of thing. You have to find your way out. And hopefully it won't rain too much tomorrow because I'd like to go out for a walk. But this has been quite a different Simon NoChaNoMa show. I hope you enjoyed it. How do I switch that off? Perhaps if I just turn my phone off or something. No, it doesn't like that if I do that. Right. Okay. Go away. Go over there. Still making a noise. Cherry cheesecake. Stinky cherry cheesecake. So I hope you enjoyed the show. I enjoyed my lunch. It took me all morning to prepare for this. Bring the computer downstairs, get the things set up in the kitchen. So next week it could be a lot simpler. I could be just back in my green screen living room upstairs in my spare room, and I'm not sure whether I'll get a guest, but I shall make attempts. You found it interesting? Good. I shall expect to see on Instagram your eel in green recipe in a writer's skull. But for now, I'm going to finish my coffee and then have to face the washing up. But thank you all for joining me, and I hope you will join me again next week. And for those of you watching after the event, I hope you were entertained too. Okay, I'm going to end the broadcast now. No dance, just cheerio, and see you again next week. Bye, everybody.